Good evening, students. This is Sumanchaswal, your English teacher. So today we are going to do a class on idioms and phrases. I have been telling you that now we need to increase the level of our English, and that can only happen if we use good expressions, if we use good idioms, good phrases. Okay, so let's try a few idioms and phrases for the increasing the level of our English. Okay, so let's get started. Now the first idiom is to eat a humble pie. To eat a humble pie. Now what does it mean? To apologize. To apologize. For example, how do we use it in a sentence? He had to eat a humble pie before his opponent. Means he had to apologize before his opponent for some misconduct that he had done. Okay, so that is when you need to apologize. What do? You eat a humble pie. Okay, so that is another form of saying to apologize. Okay, Ram had to eat a humble pie for misbehaving with others. Means he had to apologize for his demeanor. Okay, so instead of saying apologize, we can use the idiom to eat a humble pie. Okay, the next is in the nick of time. In the nick of time. What does it mean? At the exact time. Okay, at the exact time I reached the station before the train. The train was just moving and you reached the station and you caught the train. Okay, but how will you express it? I reached the station in the nick of time and finally boarded the train. Means the train was slowly moving away from the platform and you reached the station and you ran fast and somehow you caught the train and boarded it. So you reached in the nick of time, or you reached the platform and the whistle had blown, the green signal was already down and the train had started moving. Okay, so any way where you reach at the exact time, not late and not early. Okay, so you just manage to make it. So in the nick of time, we use in the nick of time. So the first one was to eat a humble pie. You should keep on noting down, students, so that you can write the meaning and use also. I'm giving you examples also, so that you can also read it again and use it. Now third one is back up the wrong tree. Back up the wrong tree. That means accuse the wrong person. This happens so many times in court cases, etc., that the wrong person is being accused. Okay, he has not done any wrong, he has not done any crime, but the police just catches it on some suspicion, etc. So what is it done? Back up the wrong tree means to accuse the wrong person. For example, even in schools and colleges, okay, some other boy or girl has done the mischief, but an innocent has been caught just because he was there, or some enmity or something. So back up the wrong tree means to accuse somebody wrongly. Wrong person you have accused. He had not done any wrong, but he has been accused. He has been caught for doing something which he has not done. So what happened? So you can use both the phrases here. That is what you call, like it, to eat a humble pie and back up the wrong tree. Okay. For example, I say Ram had to eat a humble pie because he backed up the wrong tree in accusing Mohan. Okay, so he accused Mohan who had not done this, so he had to eat a humble pie for backing up the wrong tree. Okay, accusing somebody of doing wrong which he had not done. So for that he had to apologize. So what did he do? He had to eat a humble pie for backing up the wrong tree. So you see, we have used both the idioms together. Okay. The next one is uh, an Achilles heel. An Achilles heel. Achilles was a great, strong person like we have Samson and all. And his heel, when he was born, his mother caught him by the heel and dipped him in the sacred waters. They say that whoever will be dipped like that, he will never be, all his body will become very strong. It will have no injury. But the heel which his mother caught, that did not dip in water. So that was his weakness always, right? And he got killed also because of that. The arrow hit him, the poisonous arrow hit in the heel of Achilles. So Achilles' heel, because that was the most vulnerable spot. That was his weak spot. Okay? So that is Achilles' heel means a person's weakness. So that was the weak spot of Achilles because it did not get dipped in water. Okay? So the same way, like you have seen in our even Mahabharat, when Duryodhan was called by his Gandhari, his mother, she had blindfolded herself, her eyes, and when the war was going on, she had that power. So she told her son to come naked in front of her, and she will open the bandage, and first thing she will see him, and he will become so strong that nobody will be able to kill him. So he said, okay. So when he came to say Krishna Ji was there, Krishna Ji is someone's all is fair in love and war. So he told him, you're going naked in front of your mother, will you? You're such a big man, you're an adult person. Now you're no longer a small boy. So you'll go naked in front of your mother. Won't you feel ashamed? Okay? So at least cover your private parts. So he took a branch of leaves and he covered himself with that, his private parts. And when his mother opened her eyes and she saw him, and that part was covered. So that became his weak spot, and he was killed there only. Bhim put him on his thigh and he tore him apart. Because the rest of his body, his mother's sight was there. But on those parts, it was covered. So that became his weak spot. Achilles' heel. So you can use this. Any weakness a person has, that is his Achilles' heel. Okay? So we can use it in a sentence that his habit of drinking has become his Achilles' heel. Means that has become his weakness. Okay? Because he drinks too much. Okay? So that is his weakness. Or lying is his Achilles' heel. It is his weakness. He keeps on telling lies. It's a part and parcel of his life. Okay? So the third one was an Achilles' heel. I told you the meaning also. I've told you 2 stories also about it. Okay? The next one is brain drain. This is very important nowadays because in our country is facing this brain drain. Brain drain means loss of experts to another country. The sad thing, students, is happening that today we have very high educational centers, institutions, and we are giving very high education to our students. But what happens? They study here and the government spends on them, on a student. The government is spending on a student. Why? Because made colleges, provided faculty, and all the amenities are being provided. So the government is spending on on a student, each student. It's not that only you are paying the fees, but the government is giving you the complete equipment, the building, the teachers. They are paying for that. So the student learns, gains knowledge, IITians and engineers and doctors, and then they are tempted by outside countries because they get ready-made material, right, with high salaries, and that they get tempted and they go all abroad and they start working there. So who is benefiting? They study in India but they work abroad, US, UK and other European countries, because they are highly paid, they have a better life standard. Okay, those things are not available in our country. So this is known as brain drain. Okay, that is loss of experts to another country. When Dr. Manmohan Singh, at that time when he was the Prime Minister of India, he went to the US and he found more than 80% of the IT department were Indians. It was so shocking. Okay, so this is what is happening, and this is known as brain drain. Okay, so we should, when we study in our country, we gain knowledge, we should also contribute towards our country. Okay, so for the betterment, for the development, for the growth and progress of our country, it's so important. Okay, so the next expression was brain drain. This brain drain is happening all the time from in India, where students gain knowledge and immigrate immigrate abroad for better life, better standard of living, high salaries, etc. Okay, so this is called brain drain. So I gave you, first one I gave you was to eat a humble pie. The next I gave you was in the nick of time. Third I gave you was back up the wrong tree. Fourth I gave you an Achilles heel. And the last one I gave you brain drain. Okay, so use these 5 idioms. You need not learn hundreds of them. Learn 4, 5 at a time, and then try to use them in your day-to-day communication, and that will help you. Okay, so I've just given you 5. I've told you the meaning. I've used them in sentences, given you examples, and you can also write them down, write down the meanings and use them. Okay, so this will really help you to improve your level of English. Okay, this is the advanced level of English. So thank you, students. Please write them down, do it, practice, okay, and you will definitely improve in your spoken English. Thank you, students. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and God bless all of you.